Good afternoon, dear student. How are you all? I am expecting your safe and sound health, and now I am welcoming you in my online class organized by Chattogram Government High School. This is Kamrun Nahar, Assistant Teacher in English, Chattogram Government High School, Chittagong. And today I am with the student of class 8. Dear learners, you are acknowledged that this year we have celebrated our Golden Jubilee of Independence Day. In these 50 years of our Independence Day, we have a lot of achievement. Now we have our own national flag and national anthem. We have our own words and language. And our language movement day, 21st February, is celebrated all over the world as the International Mother Language Day. We have our songs and music, our own friends and relatives. We are proud of our trend and tradition, and we are determined to uphold our culture to the next generation. A glimpse of our culture is the title of the unit that contains our today's lesson, Bangladeshi cuisine, our today's lesson. And this lesson is contained in English for today, Class 8, Unit 1, Lesson 5, page number 8 and 9. Dear student, I ask you to take out your English for today and open page at 8. There are some new words in this lesson. These are appetizing, snack, staple, molasses, platter, pickles, and cuisine. When you are going through the passage, you will find these new words. I am trying to help you by giving the meaning of these new words. And the learning of these new words will help you to understand the meaning of this text properly. Take out your exercise book and write down the meaning of these new words with me. Our first new word is cuisine. What does the word cuisine means? Cuisine is a noun. It means a system or method of cooking, characteristic of a particular country or region. The cooking system of a country is known as cuisine, and the food that is served in the restaurant is also known as cuisine. Appetizing is another new word for you. Appetizing is an adjective. It means having good smell or attractive color, to make one hungry or thirsty. It also means tasty. And it also means palatable. Palatable is the synonyms of appetizing. Staple. Staple is a common word for you. I think most of my students are familiar with this word. Staple means forming a basic or important part of something. It also means major, foremost, and it also means leading. Staple is an adjective. Platter. Platter is a new word for you. And in the picture, you can see a large plate. That means a platter. A platter is a large plate or dish, oval or circular in size, used for serving food. Molasses. Molasses is another new word for you, and molasses is a noun. It means a thick, black, sweet liquid obtained from sugar refined. In our country, we will find these types of liquid from date juice. And treacle is the synonyms of molasses. In America, these types of sweet liquid is called treacle. Pickles is another new word for you. Pickles is also a noun. It means preserved food using vinegar or salt water. It also means condiment. The Bengali word that we used for pickles is achar. Snack. Snack is a common word. Snack means a light amount of food taken in a hurry, light meal, tiffin, etc. Dear student, I think all of you have copied this word in your exercise book, and I will advise you to use these words in your daily life. By using these words in your daily life, you can enrich your vocabulary. I have a pre-reading question for you, and the question is, what is the specialty of Bangladeshi cuisine? You need not answer this question now. After reading the passage, you will answer this question. While you are going through the passage, you will try to find out the answer of this question. Now start to read the passage. Read it silently. This passage is about Bangladeshi cuisine. It contains 6 paras. Among these 6 paras, the first para says something about the specialty of Bangladeshi cuisine. Second para says something about our main food and the food that we take with it. Third para says something about our festivals that is commonly celebrated in Bangladesh. That is our Pohla Boishakh. And the food that we received in this Pohla Boishakh is also described here. The remaining 3 paras, 4th, 5th and 6th para says something our popular food, sweets and pithas. I think all of you are trying to read the passage. You can read it from my slide or you can read it from your textbook. There you can see there are some words that are shown in red color. These words are new for you and we have already learned the meaning of these new words. I think all of you have completed your reading. Now this is the time to give the answer of this question. And the question is, what is the specialty of Bangladeshi cuisine? I think all of you have prepared the answer in your mind. And I have also prepared the answer for you. And my answer is, Bangladeshi cuisine is rich and varied with the use of different types of spices. We use different types of spices in our food, such as garlic, onion, ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, cumin, black pepper, etc. By using these types of spices, we made our food tasty, delicious, appetizing as well as healthy. It has a regional impact. That means it has the influence of local influence. And it reflects the tradition and culture of our country. I write down the question, I write down the answer in my own language. You can write it in your own language and try to write it properly. Now, dear student, I am trying to say something about this passage. And at first, I would like to say about our main food and the food that we take with this food. All of you know that our main food is rice. We take it for 2 times, at least for 2 times. Rice is not our main food. Rice is the main food for the half of the people of the world. Rice contains a lot of carbohydrate. It also contains a little amount of vitamin, protein and mineral. Approximately 75% of our land is used for producing paddy or rice. The food that we take with rice is different types of mash, vegetables, curry, lentil soup, meat and fish. There is a well-known saying that fish and rice makes the people of Bangladeshi. That means, mache bhate Bangali. In our country, all the people take rice and meat, rice and fish as their daily life. And we get rice, we get fish in different ways. Fish is the main source of protein. To fulfill the demand of protein, we cultivated fish in the pond. We also have freshwater fishes, approximately 40 different types of fishes. So we will find in ponds, lakes and rivers. We have different types of fish such as rui, katla, hilsha, magur, etc. And hilsha is our national fish. It is recognized as our national fish for its taste, flavor and its availability. And we also have dried fish. Dried fish is very popular in coastal area. The food that we receive to celebrate festival. In our country, we celebrate different types of festivals such as religious festival, social festival and national festival. Poila Boishakh is our national festival. This festival is celebrated all over the country and all kinds of people celebrate this festival, disregarding their ethnic identity and religious belief. In Poila Boishakh, we take panta ilish with different types of vegetables, dried fish, pickles, onion and green chili. Panta ilish is a traditional food in Poila Boishakh. Sweet is another traditional food in our country. We cannot do a program or a ceremony without taking sweet. Sweet is distributed to the close relatives and friends. If you want to give the good messages about our promotions, weddings and births. And the commonly used sweet in our country are Rasgulla, Sandesh, Gulab Jam, Kalo Jam, Jilapi, etc. Pitha festival. In our country, Pitha festival is celebrated in winter. We uphold the culture of Pitha culture to our next generation, and different types of organization arranged Pitha festival to uphold our Pitha culture to our next generation. The women of our country know how to make different types of pithas, such as Khulajali pitha, Patishapta pitha, Chitoi pitha, Nokshi pitha and Bhapa pitha. Bhapa pitha is a very popular pitha in our country, and our women make this pitha by using rice flour, sugar, syrup, molasses, etc. Our first activity, true-false activity. Write T or true for correct statement and F or false for incorrect statement. If there is any false statement, give the correct information. Our first statement is, our foods are rich because they have a lot of well in them. This is obviously false because we use a lot of spicy in our food. And the correct answer is, our foods are rich because they have a lot of spices in them. Second statement, we get protein mostly from fish. This is obviously true because we cultivated fish to get protein from it. And third statement, on Pohla Boishakh, the traditional food is soaked rice with fried hilsa. Although we take different vegetables, dried fish, lentil soup, pickles, etc. with soaked rice, but our traditional food is soaked rice with fried hilsa. So this is true. And the fifth statement, Pitha Utsav takes place almost all the year in Bangladesh. This is obviously wrong because we celebrate this festival in winter, only in winter after harvesting. And the correct information is, during winter, Pitha Utsav takes place in Bangladesh. And the fifth statement, sweets are not much appreciated by the people of Bangladesh. Almost all the people of Bangladesh like to take sweet. So this line is false, and the correct statement is, sweets are much appreciated by the people of Bangladesh. Dear student, I ask you to read the passage carefully. If you read the passage carefully, you are able to write down any kinds of answer. Choose the best answer from the alternatives. Our first question, the word appetizing refers to. We have already learned the meaning of appetizing, and there are four options here. First option is costly, tasteless, palatable and repulsive. Among the three negative words, only one is positive. And repulsive is a new word for you. Repulsive means awful and nasty. And among these four alternatives, the best alternative is palatable. Rice contains a lot of carbohydrate, protein, vitamins and wells. We know rice contains a lot of carbohydrate. It also contains a little amount of protein, vitamin and mineral. So the best answer is carbohydrate. What is the most common ingredient to make sweets in our country? To make a sweet, our women used rice flour, sugar, milk, etc. But mostly common used of ingredient is milk. So milk is the best answer. The use of many spices has made Bangladeshi cuisine rich. Use is a noun, a verb, an adjective or an adverb. We know that use is sometimes used as verb, but here the word use is as noun. And the fifth question, the word common in the passage means. The word common in the passage means private, public, familiar or ordinary. It means familiar. Now we give the answer of the following questions. Our first question is, what is our staple food and how is it served? We know that rice is our staple food and rice is received at least for 2 times by the people of Bangladesh. And we receive rice with different types of vegetable, curry, lentil soup, fish and meat. And the answer is given here. And my answer is rice is our staple food and it is served with different types of vegetables, curry, lentil soup, fish and meat. And the second question, where do we get fresh water fishes from? In our country we cultivated fish in the ponds and we also have fresh water fishes in the lake and rivers. So the answer is we get fresh water fishes from ponds, lakes and rivers. What are the main ingredients to make a pitha? We know that all the Bangladeshi women know how to make a pitha. And they make a pitha by using rice flour, sugar, syrup, molasses and milk. So the answer is the main ingredients to make a pitha are rice flour, sugar, syrup, molasses and milk. The fourth question, why are sweets an important part of our life? We know that we cannot do a ceremony or program without a sweet. The people of Bangladesh are very fond of sweets. It is our popular custom to distribute sweets among close relatives when there is any good news such as births, weddings, promotions, etc. That's why sweets play an important part in our daily life, in our regular life or in our day-to-day life. Our last question, when and how is Pantha Ilish served? This is a very easy question. All of you are familiar with the question and all of you have known the answer of this question. When at the first day of the Bengali New Year, which is known as Pahela Boishakh, Pantha Ilish is served with a fried hilsa slice, often together with dried fish, pickles, lentil soup, green chilies and onion. Dear student, this passage is a very easy passage. You can easily answer the question if you read it properly and carefully. We come at the very end of the lesson and I have a homework for you. And the homework is write a paragraph about your favorite food. You can easily do it. I will check it while we will come back to our regular class. That's the end of my class. Goodbye. Stay home. Stay safe. In our next class, we will meet again with another lesson, with another unit.